There we are. All right, we have a 15-12 game. Sorry about that, everybody. I was having a little bit of internet troubles, but I think I've got that solved now. Welcome, everyone, to Tatum Coyotes, Lady Coyotes for that matter, volleyball against the Hagerman Bobcats, Lady Bobcats to be exact, as we have now a 13-15-13 game. Hagerman just won control of the serve, and they just did that, got it over the net. Was able to get it blocked at the net cleanly. Was Hagerman. That looked like it was a good clean hit from number, I'd say actually that was Chacon. So we are up. Thank you very much for being patient. It did start 10 minutes early. And right now we've got a 1-point game, 15-14. I'm going to take care of the scoreboard. 15-14 right here at Tatum as Hagerman comes again with the serve. Is able to get it across and get back over to Hagerman's side. Get the third hit, and it did get blocked, but not enough to be able to get it back across the net. And it falls on the Tatum side, giving them another point. 16-15 now is the score as Hagerman has gained the lead for the first time, but puts it in the net with that serve. And that was actually the birthday girl herself, Riley Martinez Jr., who did that. Not what she wanted for her birthday, but can't get everything you want on your birthday. So here we go with service from Tatum as it gets it across. You get the two hit, Hagerman with three, and it's going to find the hole between two defenders. And that was actually between Ramirez and looked like Dixon. So Tatum loses their serve after getting that one. So it is now 17-16 as we continue to move on. It's a nice hit across, and it is back to Hagerman's side. Hagerman gets back over after three hits and is able to set it up is Tatum, but it is blocked. Once again, very nicely done for the Lady Bobcats. That is Chacon. I'll probably be saying her name when she's a senior. When she's in front, she is hard to get around on that net. Hagerman once again serves. This time it is Tatum who gets it across over the net. Back over to Tatum and tries to get it out, but double hits it. That would be Tatum player Mendoza. So Tatum looking good early in this game, but it has not gone Tatum's way so far. It is now 19-16. And there is a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Be back in just a moment right here as we get right back into it. Action at Tatum here on YouTube and on HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to action. 19-16 is what the score is, as you can see on the scoreboard. As we're about to get another service from Hagerman. This time around, it is from Amaya. As she gets it across. Three hits for Tatum. Almost able to get it to the ground before, but it is blocked by the Tatum player known as Hinnard. Avery Hinnard. She's a junior. 5'7" is what it's listed as. And that will go back to service and a point for Tatum. 19-17 in this early going. First game already still. Not a whole lot of streaks going on either way, but Hagerman able to take that service, get it back, and Tatum getting to the third hit, able to get it across, and Hagerman going to have to do the same thing. Over, though, is that one just hit it a little too hard, and that hit was delivered by Magnalese. Got to say, that's one of those names you can't say unless you're not looking at it. Service from Tatum coming up, and that is the captain, Aubrey Young. She was one of those people that were on the last time that Tatum won this against this team. She was a mere freshman, I believe, if I remember correctly. As still in play, but goes out of bounds. They tried to save that. Did look like that was Madrona, but just could not get it high enough up. Instead, it went out, and that will be another point for Hagerman. 20-18 is the score right now. Tatum down by 2, but that is a service into the net, and that will take it the other way. As substitutions go in, looks like it's going to be Rodriguez, as that one is served. And Hagerman getting to the 3 hit. Tatum get on their side again, and another 3 count, and that's going to go a little too high and far and be out of bounds. And that will mean a point for Hagerman. 21-19 now, as the hits keep coming. There we go. So I'm working the cue, and that is going to be a point for Tatum. 21-20, so a 1-point game, 1-point difference. And these two teams have been struggling as far as getting early into the game. Just the other day, it was against Jal, and Tatum had trouble getting the first game or set, and they lost it. So they've lost the game. They lost their first set against Jal. They won the next 3, and they won the match as well. That one went out of bounds, and it will be Hagerman ball once again. Score is still 22-20 now, as that delivery is into the net. Didn't go as high as wanted to by Telemontes. So we're going to go back. 22-21 is the score right now. Tatum gets the ball. Another crack at this service. And that is going to be Dixon, Allison Dixon, but that is over. And that is a wasted opportunity. 23-21, getting close to that match point, or set point anyway, sorry. As that is delivered, and it is going to be hit into the net. Unfortunately, that was, Belcenter, who did that one, and unfortunately that is going to be set point for Hagerman. As the point is underway, it's going to get into the net, and it's going to go down to save. As Hagerman is down by 2. 24-22 is the score right now. As a substitution comes in, looks like that's going to be Sydney Rice, a junior. She's been playing since she's been in the 8th grade. And that service is unfortunately long. And that will get us to 25. And yes, that is the first set. And that does go to Hagerman. So we'll take a moment to collect ourselves. We've got about 3 minutes, and we'll talk about the fact that we had some information about this game or this contest. These two teams have gone back to 2007, and Hagerman has a slight advantage of 20-15. No, actually, no, that's Tatum. But Hagerman has won the last 5 games in a row against this team. In fact, the last time that Tatum won at home was 2001, and I do believe that is when Aubrey Young was, as well as Ava Solver, were both freshmen for Tatum, and Sydney Rice was an 8th grader playing. So it's been a little while since they've been able to beat this Hagerman team, this Lady Bobcats team, but they have been able to win a couple of games in a row. In fact, Jal was a victim, as well as Lake Arthur. They went to Lake Arthur and played them and won 3-1 in their sets. So they've won 6 and lost 2 sets in the last 2 games. Now they've lost another set against Hagerman. So again, this is not something that is unusual for them. In fact, they lost both of their first sets against Lake Arthur and Jal, both of them 17-25, and came back and won those next 3 sets in a row to be able to win the match 3-1. So anything's possible, and I expected something like this might happen. Hagerman also has some difficulties. In fact, during the season, they have only won 21 sets. Now this one makes it 22, but they've lost 23 sets. Meanwhile, Lady Coyotes have won 24 sets, and now they've lost 23 sets. So they're both equal as far as that goes. They both had their struggles, but definitely for Coach Monica Morales, she's hoping that Hagerman can get something going on the road, while Coach Tracy Pierce is trying to keep her record good for the for district. It is their second district game for both teams. Both of them at 1-0. So whoever gets out of here is going to have an advantage, and they definitely need it against a team like Texaco, who both will be playing later on in the season. We are back. All right, that is right. All right, we're back to game number 2, or is it set number 2? There we go. And we've got some substitutions coming in. Let's see if we can get the lineup here for Tatum. It is Hernandez. Looks like serving is going to be Ramirez, the freshman. Got 3 blockers ready for Tatum, and we've got Lesnar for Tatum. That one is hit back over to Tatum, and not able to get anybody underneath it to be able to set it up. That was a one-and-done hit, and already the Lady Bobcats are up 1-0 and serving. That's a low one, but it did get across the net. Back over to the Tatum side. Able to, it was a one hit. Trying to get another one, but that was for Chacon. She could not do it as she was alone basically at the net when the ball came over for the Hagerman side. And as you saw, it went out. So Tatum got that point. Just for some reason, Tatum unable to take advantage of the serves. And that goes for a point for Hagerman as they get to serve again. Back up, set, and just inside maybe. Yes, it is. Point for Hagerman as that did not go out of bounds. Stayed inside, nicely hit too. And it is now 2-2. Service with a smile coming from Slobber. Ava Slobber. As that is the third hit for Tatum. Gets it back over to Hagerman's side. Hagerman trying to get it back over again. Chacon was able to hit that one back over to Tatum, and the third hit is now going to be just barely hit. Just enough, but still Hagerman able to play it back and forth, and it does go out of bounds. It will be Tatum point. Been seeing quite a few of those that go out of bounds for Tatum, so they get the points that way as another service goes well. Almost out of bounds, but Wildcats able to corral it, be able to get it back in. Third hit for Tatum as the Lady Coyotes get it in and knock it down before the Lady Bobcats are able to get back to it. 4-2 is the score right now. Actually, no, it's 3-3. Everything I said was backwards. As it goes back to Hagerman's service, just able to get more points that way. Set it up for the third hit, and that was a nice one for Hagerman. Senior was able to get that over the net, and a point counted for Tatum. Take the lead 4-3 right now as the service is hit. That is going to be by Hinnerant. And back over to Tatum. Another one just inside, and that is going to be a very good hit for the Lady Coyote known as Allison Dixon. She's a junior, 5'8". And that is one of the first times, at least in this game, that they've been able to score from serving. It's a nice service from Tatum, getting it back to Tatum from the Lady Bobcats as it is set up. It's going to be delivered and blocked. Got another chance, though. Be able to get it across. They do so as Lady Bobcats are able to get it back to play. And unfortunately, that did not go as well as the birthday girl would like. Riley Martinez is the one that was trying to set underneath it. Just couldn't get the whole ball, and it went down for another point for Tatum. Long service, though, and unfortunately, that is the end of service for Tatum, as it is now 6-4. They got a few points off of that service rally. It's one of those situations, as always, where it's streaks. You got to get the most streaks to be able to win the game. That one goes over to Tatum. Tatum able to get it, but unfortunately unable to get it over the net. Hit it into the net was Allison Dixon, and that makes it another point for the Lady Bobcats. 6-5 is what we've got. Second set. Set up, third hit. It's going to be just good enough, strong enough, that is, from Velesner. As Tatum gets a score, or the service back. 7-5 is what the score is. And looks like there was some miscommunication on that. Two players going for the ball at the same time. It goes out of bounds, and that is another point for Tatum. Lady Coyotes on a rally right now, small rally, 8-5. Hitting the air, and nobody knew exactly what to do. They were trying to get it over the net, and instead hits the net. It goes for another point for Tatum as Lady Bobcats take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back with action as thank you very much for watching on the HobbsAmerica.com network. Back to action. Hagerman just down by 4, but they did win the first set, so it's not hurting them too much so far. Tatum, though, trying to rally back and be able to get this thing tied at 1. And during district game, this is the second district game for both teams. As he gets into Hagerman's side, goes back over to Tatum, being able to set up for that 3 shot, and almost set it up again, but remembered it's the third hit, so did not. Tatum was able to get the ball back again, and another 3 set. This time it goes off the fist of a Bobcat player. Looked like that was once again the birthday girl herself, Riley Martinez, unable to play it right. He goes out of bounds, and now it is 10-5 with Tatum serving. The 3 set, little out of bounds, and that is not going to go because it could not go forward. And with 3 hits, made it 4. So Lady Bobcats struggling a little bit. Tatum taking advantage of it like they did against Jow. And here we go again. This time another one that's going to be off the mark, but instead Bobcats are able to get it back into play. Tatum Coyotes able to get it back, and unfortunately because of the fact of a double hit, actually it wasn't going to be a double hit, but she forgot. And it goes down to the ground. Actually it was out of bounds, luckily, so she did play that one right. Let's see, that would be, I don't know, she signed a relief on that one. Looks like that was Allison Dixon. No, wrong number. Ava Slover. She is a good veteran, so she knew what she was doing. She still, though, had a moment where she wasn't sure about it. As Tatum continues to serve, score is now 13-5. That is a nice block, as it was both of them went up at the net when Hernandez, the junior, able to block that one. And continues service for Tatum. But that one is just low, and unfortunately that's what happens after a couple of times. You get a little tired, goes in the net, and a point for the Bobcats. 14-6 as we get into it. Talamantes is able to deliver that one for the Lady Bobcats. Push for both sides above the net, and that is going to go out of bounds. But now before it got hit, touched by a Lady Bobcat. And as you can hear, another point for the Lady Coyotes. So service again for Lady Coyotes. Back to 15-6 is the score in this second set. This time around, it is going to be Lesnar to deliver. Actually, it's Vala Senior. That's right. That one goes off the hands of the Bobcats, and Vala Senior able to get that point for the Tatum Wildcats. No, Coyotes. I got Wildcats on my brain for some reason. Don't know why. But the Bobcats couldn't handle that one either, and another point for the Coyotes, Lady Coyotes. 17-6, and they are rolling on this one so far in the second set, down by 1. Once again, just could not handle that second hit as it does go off balance, and it is another timeout from Hagerman just to catch up. That is 18-6 now in the second, and Tatum just rolling so far, getting a nice run. In fact, they've held Hagerman to 1 point. I think they were tied or near tied at one point, but yeah, Tatum it's just been all Tatum so far in this set. As it is set number 2. They're down by 1. They need to get some wins, and they definitely want to do it now. They've done this before. They've won 24 sets so far this season, while Hagerman has only won 22. Back in action once again. Looks like it's going to be another delivery from Vala Senior. But that one unfortunately does go in the net, so that run is over, and Tatum loses the ball and the service as well. That was a nice service. Able to bop it over the net was Tatum after that one. And he gets drilled into the net by the Hagerman player, Talamantes, who is a freshman. So back to Tatum once again to serve. 19-7 is the score on this second set. Up once again, that service nice as it goes in and out of bounds. And that will go against Hagerman for another point. Could be a quick match here, as it is now 20-7. And Tatum getting ready to put the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. That one delivered nicely as he gets back over to Tatum and back in. Third hit is going to go back over to Hagerman. Hagerman sets it up, gets it able to get it back to Tatum. And they are doing really good at setting it up, but this time it's not going to work. They had it too forward in the net, and unfortunately were unable to get back in time to be able to get that. That was Vala Senior. Vala Senior was unable to get back in time to be able to hit it. I don't think she would have been able to get it across the net anyway at the angle that it was going. So it goes 20-8 as Tatum gets it back. And strong arms it over there for a nice point. Once again, the birthday girl unable to handle it as well as she wanted to, as cleanly as she wanted to, and it goes straight to the ground. 21-8 is the score right now. Tatum on top as Tatum delivers once again, service once again, and that gets stuck in the corner over there for Hagerman and goes out of bounds for another point. 22-8 as it is Aubrey Young who's going to deliver and try to see if they can get her next 2 points. Unfortunately, though, didn't get it up in time. Instead, hit it into the net. She knows she messed up, but still plenty of time to be able to right that wrong. As it is now on the other side, service once again is going to be from Hagerman. And it is Amaya who served that one. 3 hit, and it is going to be back over to Hagerman, back over to Tatum, but unfortunately not played well enough for, I was going to say the wrong side, Sydney Rice, who missed it. Went right over her head, and her coach hits her in the head lovingly. As she knows she made a mistake, Rice did. And unfortunately, that's the second error that has been made. This time around, though, it is made by Avery Hennard, the junior. Hits it into the net, trying to get it back across over to the Hagerman side. Just wasn't able to do it. And another service from Hagerman. Gets it between the players in front of, in fact, Maglines, who is unable to get off the ground, or at least get in front of it to be able to get that ball off the ground. And now 2 more points as Tatum is about to service again this time around. Nice delivery, nice serve from Ava. As he gets back over to Tatum's side. Able to get it back to Hagerman. Hagerman trying to play it for the 3. Gets it. Now Tatum coming up for one more hit. As it does go back over, and it's volley back to Hagerman. Hagerman gets 3 and done. Goes over back to the other side of Tatum. Tatum pushes it over, and then it just goes back to the backcourt, and that causes an out of bounds, and that means one more point. We're going to be having a tie with the 1-1 sets. Tatum on their feet and ready for this one. As Hagerman is going to try to block everything that is coming through, and that time around did not work in the advantage of Tatum, as that one is a score for Hagerman. Plenty of time, though. They've got 24 to 11, 12 is what the score is. So Tatum has doubled up. All they have to do is just win this one, and the game, or the set, is over with. Back over to Tatum, getting set up. It's going to be hit by, well, luckily there was 2, but unfortunately could not get the right angle. Underneath it, that was Vallis Sr. Couldn't play it right and just had to take the loss on it. So 24-13 now. But still in the favor of Tatum and the Lady Coyotes. As the Lady Bobcats have the ball, they get it back over to the Tatum side. Hits it, but that is too hard, and she knew it as soon as it went off of her hand. That was Allison Dixon. We are going to see another timeout. Be back in just a moment with more Tatum volleyball action. The Lady Coyotes playing right here. Welcome back, everybody, as it looks like it's going to be Carrillo for the Lady Bobcats. Let's see, on service, it's going to be Salazar. On the line is going to be Chacon. She looks like a tall enough senior. She can do some damage on that line. And service coming from the Lady Bobcats. As Tatum struggled a little bit, but were able to get it back. And now the Lady Bobcats unable to hit it or do anything after one hit. And that was off of Salazar. It went backwards instead of forwards, and that is the game. Or I'm sorry, that is the set. So set number 2 goes to your Lady Coyotes. Back in just a moment right here as we go into game or set number 3 and start the games again right here at Tatum. Be right back. Welcome back to Lady Coyotes action here, volleyball style for Tatum. As I am Ron Gunter, taking over for, well, at least going in for Ava for this game, covering the action. Had a little delay, but we're able to get on the air. Actually, they started the game early. It was 10 minutes early, so one of the other things that kind of went haywire. But it has been a good game for both sides. First game was sent to close to overtime, but Lady Bobcats were able to win that one. Actually, earlier, the JV game was a quick one, and Tatum was able to beat Hagerman 25-20. So the Tatum JV team able to win that game just moments earlier. Of course, you know that this 2A District 4 is not going to be easy for Tatum, as it has number 2 Texaco, number 17 Jal, number 21 Eunice, and number 25 Loving, although they won't be as difficult so far. They're 1-11 on the season right now. And speaking of which, number 14 Hagerman is here. We've got number 10 Lady Coyotes. That was the last time that was rated. And we've got, let's see, Gwen Hernandez in no particular order, along with Isabel Ramirez. I see Avery Henyard on there, as well as, let's see who else. Of course, it would be Aubrey Young and Villa Senior. They're already underway, and we've got a quick service that is going to go out of bounds and be a point for the Lady Bobcats. Each team has one set. We're in game number 3, or set number 3. And that is going to be set up, just delivered, just inside, possibly. Nope. It's going to be for the Lady Bobcats, as they already have a 2-0 lead so far, as they are still serving. Nice tip, but not quite over, as the Bobcats were able to power that one back over to Coyotes' side. Coyotes getting it back over to Hagerman. Hagerman setting it up for Chacon to be able to get it in, and that is a nice, quick, easy point for the Lady Bobcats, as there's going to be a substitution coming in. Looks like it's going to be going out. It's going to be Ramirez. Coming in is going to be Tucker, Darby Tucker. Let's see if we can change anything on that one. As Tatum sets up, tries to get a low one, but Bobcats do not bite. Able to block that. It looks like actually it hit the net before it got blocked, so there's another nice point for Hagerman. Hagerman already up 4-0 on this, early on in this game. Trying to get the second set. This is set number 3. Tatum, though, there's nobody there, as that one is hit to the left, and Tatum just nowhere to be found. And everything that was going right for Tatum in the second set is going wrong for him in the third set. As once again, the birthday girl delivers on that service. Able to get that one across. Tatum gets back into it. Gets it over to Hagerman. Hagerman gets back to Tatum. Tatum setting up for another shot. That was from, looks like that was Rice. But unfortunately that is, it's just not going the way of Tatum so far right now. And they just cannot get it across and get it to completion. So 6 in a row. This is number 7 for the birthday girl to serve once again. And that one does go over and out. And that's what happens sometimes, though. When you're on the line too long serving, you tend to either underhit it or overhit it. That time she overhit it. So Tatum gets a point. And we're back to serve as well. And that looks like it's going to be Ramirez who did that serve. Was able to get it across was Tatum. And unfortunately, though, went through a line of Bobcats and just could not handle it. And each time it got hit, it was going further and further back. And nobody able to handle it for the third hit for Lady Bobcats. We go service again. Hit number 2, Chacon with the hit number 3. Gets it back over to Tatum. Tatum, though, gets a chance to be able to get it back across, and that is totally out to the left. Nobody even tried to get to that one because they knew it was out. So not a good serve for Tatum as it goes back over to Hagerman. No, but another low one, another low hit for Tatum. Tatum gets that out after 3 hits. And unfortunately, team not there for the birthday girl for Riley Martinez, as she's wondering where everybody was at. She thought if she could hit it behind her, somebody was going to be there, but nobody was there. There was a gap, and nobody had filled it. So we've got a substitution. Hernandez is out, and Allison Dixon is back in for Tatum as the service for Tatum comes across. That is Aubrey Young, and that is going to be a point for Tatum, and already it's 7-4. These points go quickly as Aubrey Young once again is going to set up another service for Tatum, second one. She's going to hope to see if she can get some points back on the board and get Tatum back in this game. As that one is hit hard. Second hit, and now the third one is going to be up in the air, and no way they're going to be able to get that across the net. So Tatum doing well, 7-5, getting back into this. 2 points down now. And now they just need. Oh, that one went right off the hands, basically, of Corello. And just could not get it going forward. Instead, it went back and out of bounds, and that is another point. 7-6 now, 1 point differential now for Tatum as Aubrey does deliver that one once again. Is that considered an ace? Maybe not, but close enough. As looked like that one just deflected off the hand of Corello, who is now going to be substituted in for Rodriguez, Riley Rodriguez. Here we go once again for Aubrey Young. That time it does hit the net, but it does go over, and nobody was able to get to it. And now, that's the first lead of this 8-7. Aubrey once again trying to see if she can get her magic going, and she does hit it hard and long, and I was afraid of that. So did she. Just one of those situations, once again, you either overhit it, you underhit it. She hit it in the net. She didn't want to do that again, so she hit it too hard and gave the point back, and now it's 8-8. A nice little floater right there for Tatum, but unable to get it to drop. Tatum, though, miscommunication once again, where you had two players trying to go up. Both of them thought that the other one was going to do it, and that did not happen. That was Dixon and Hernard. And instead of a possible try, the Lady Bobcats get that point. So they get back in the lead again, 9-8. And it is blocked, and it's going to be another Hagerman point. 10-8. Another substitution, trying to keep those legs fresh. As out goes Rice, and in comes Slaver, Ava Slaver. Actually, that was not a point for Hagerman, but a point for Tatum. So Tatum serving again. As this one goes for 2 and 3 over. And that one hits the ground. That was, of course, hit by, looks like Bella Senior. So we're going to go 10-9. Tatum is in the lead for the second time in this set. That was hit a little hard, and in fact, it went further backwards. Hagerman unable to get underneath it to be able to hit the second time around, and that is another point for Tatum, as that is going to be served by Slover. Ava Slover once again with the service. Tap once, was blocked by the Tatum girl Hernard, and then tried to do it again, but it went right in the net for the Lady Bobcats, and that will be another Tatum point. 12-9 right now. Another service from him as well. And that one did hit the net. Tried to get him back underneath it was Tatum, but unfortunately too low to the ground, and by that time it was already across the net on the bottom side. So Ramirez did try valiantly, but the freshman was unable to get the ball back into play. 12 to 10 is the score right now. That one is boomed by Cochon. And just got the 3 hit off for the Bobcats. 3rd hit for Tatum just now. As the setup, and looks like it's going to be back over to Tatum's side, but out of bounds as the players did not rush it and played it right. In fact, the girl that did that is now going to be substituted out. Looks like that's going to be Ramirez. Coming in, it's going to be Darby Tucker. Another service for Tatum, and we got a 3rd hit coming up, and yes, played beautifully. Hit to the line. The Bobcats tried to block it, but are able to, and it dribbles down to the ground for that point. Looks like it's going to be 14 to 10. Not a comfortable lead for Tatum, but still doing better than what they were doing earlier. As Hernard was able to get that one across on a service. Back into territory of Hagerman, and it's going to go into Tatum's territory. And yes, indeed, just wasn't able to play that one right was Mendoza of the Lady Bobcats. So that will go for a point once again for the Tatum Lady Wildcats, 15 to 10. And back to it. 3rd hit is going to have a diving player, number 16, that is Amaya. As we have substitution on the other side for Mendoza out for the Lady Bobcats. Let's get another service very quickly. As 3 hit now. Just boinked it over there just in time. Hagerman doing the same thing though, trying to get it low, and they almost did. Unable to get the final touch on that one, as now Hagerman back again, but that is going to hit too high, too hard, and out of bounds. And the Lady Coyotes knew that. 17 to 10 right now, as the action is fast and furious. And once again, Tatum wanting to get a 2nd set won. Timeout will be called because of that point. 18 to 10 is what we've got a score of. And Tatum has definitely gotten back on top with a big streak here. Thank you very much for the sponsors who do sponsor our sports. Without you guys, we would not be able to do this, especially for free. We'd have to charge you, and we do not want to do that. Here in Tatum right now, we're in set number 3. 1-1 is the tie, but it is 18 to 10. Tatum is on the lead, and looking to get their 2nd set in a row. They did that just the other day, Tuesday, in fact, against Jal. And this actually would break a streak against Hagerman. Hagerman holds a 5-game winning streak against the Tatum Wildcats, or Tatum Coyotes. And the team is energized and ready. Let's see who is going to be on the court. Looks like it's going to be Darby Tucker, along with Ava Slover. And serving is going to be Avery Hennard. And she did it really quickly. Able to get it back over to Tatum, but Tatum getting back to it. Just pushed it just enough in the open space. Nobody there for the Lady Bobcats, and it is now 19 to 10. And Tatum playing smartly on this one around. They've only had they've won 7 games, or 7 sets, and lost 5, or matches actually. Third hit goes back across to Tatum. Tatum will play it out. Tatum is going to have to play some defense. As Hagerman did get it across, back over to Hagerman. Looks like that's going to be Rugby Girl setting it up. Here we go with Tatum. Oh, you thought it was going to be a spike, but instead she pushed it over, and that threw off the rhythm of the ball. And also Carrillo was unable to answer that momentum And that's when it falls to the ground for Hagerman. 20-10 in a hole again. And that time around, once again, nice service, and Carello was just unable to get it to go in front of her. Instead, it goes to the back of her, and that goes out of bounds. Carello goes out. Looks like it's going to be Telemontes in for the Lady Bobcats. That is a nice setup. Looks like it's going to be pushed across. That time by Maglinos. But that, of course, that was a long time ago. And that almost looked like a kickball right there from one of them, from the Lady Bobcats, as they were trying desperately to keep it from hitting the ground. But nevertheless, it did. Tatum just a few more points, 3 more points to be exact, for another set victory. And that is going to be hit across by 2 players for the Lady Bobcats as Tatum goes across but hits it too hard. It looked like that was going to be Vela Senior who hit it just a little too hard, but tried to keep it in play, and instead just goes out of bounds. 22-11, double the points, as it is now serviced by Bobcats, and bad hit right there from Darby Tucker as it goes right straight to the net, and it's going to be a point for Lady Bobcats. Serving up for them right now, it's going to be Telemontes. A quick decision for Tatum, was able to get it across, and fortunately for them, unfortunately for Hagerman, unable to get underneath the ball after that second hit, and it goes out for a point to Tatum. 23-12 service for Tatum, but unfortunately that one goes right into the net for Allison Dixon, so she has a seat really quickly as it goes back to Hagerman once again. 23-13. It's going to be 1-2 setup. No, it's going to be right over to Tatum. Tatum's going to set it up for a 3 shot, and that is going to be hit hard. That was by Vela Senior. As it goes back across again, Tatum, though, is out of bounds. I believe that's what that's called. Anyway, the ball's dead. Oh, maybe it's been 4 hits now. It's hard to do sometimes. Sometimes you get a little over-anxious and you want to hit the ball twice. This time around, though, it does get across, and it is hit very well by Vela Senior, and just could not handle it was Telemontes. And we are at basically game point right now, or set point. 24-14 as the match is in the hands of Vela Senior. Just cross Tatum, Vela Senior up. Going to set it up again. No, instead it's going to go over to Hagerman. Hagerman gets it back to Tatum. Tatum sets it strong, and man, that was a huge hit. A nice dig right there. And Sydney Rice is able to make the kill, as it does get the point. And it sets up another game win. So now we're looking at 2-1. Tatum just one more win away from winning this one. Like I said, they lost the first one. That's not the first time they've done something like that. And they continue to play strong. Have won 2 in a row and hope to come back to win the 3rd one again. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Tatum Sports. You're listening to it, whether you're watching it on YouTube, you can also watch it on HobbsAmerica.com. Going back to the second district game for 2A District 4. As Hagerman is looking to serve, they're going to be down 2-1. Actually, no, Tatum's going to serve. And that was done quickly. Hagerman getting out of the ball for the third hit. Able to get it back over to Tatum. Tatum getting it underneath. Nice little push right there that did not go out of bounds. That is Sydney Rice, who played it right. Actually, no, it was Avery Kennard who was able to play that for the first point of this fourth set. Welcome back, I'm Ron Gunter, and I'm covering for Ava, as that one was hit very nicely by Isabel Ramirez. It goes off and out against Tatum, so now the score is 1-1. Tatum's serving now. Looks like it's going to be a birthday girl right now. It's Riley Martinez, the junior. Able to get it across for Hagerman. A nice put in that was at the net by Chacon, who has had several of those blocks and has forced another point. 2-1. Nice service once again, as Aubrey Young was unable to get underneath it in time. And Hagerman gets another easy point. So the birthday girl doing well this time around on the services. And that one could have probably went out of bounds, but instead she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it was hit by Magnolias, and instead of being an out for Tatum, it's a point for Tatum. 3-2. As Aubrey Young is going to serve once again. Right in front of, once again, it is going to be Arena Magnolias, who is a junior. So we've got another point. 3-3 is the tie on this one. Similar serve this time around. It does get back across to Tatum. Tatum is going to set it up for a three hit, and does so. And gets it across to the other side. Hagerman unable to defend, and it does go to the ground. Aubrey Young going to be able to serve once again for Tatum. Last time she did it, she went under, then over. Let's see if she can continue to get it right in the middle. Good. Hagerman gets it back over. Tatum gets it up, and three hits. Able to get it back to Tatum. Hagerman. Hagerman to Tatum. Nice hit, by the way, from Hernard. And a block also by Hernard, but unable to get it across the net. Instead, it goes to the Tatum side. They're giving her a little bit of a fun time on that one. They knew that she could do better than that, but it went across anyway. Hagerman gets the point, and now they get the service again. This time around, Emily Amaya. 4-4 is the score, as Hagerman, the Lady Bobcats, service that one. And a spin, and that one just goes off of Chacon's hands. She's able to block that one, and it goes down for a point for Hagerman. 5-4. Those little things, it's those little points sometimes that make the difference. As it is once again delivered service, and it's too hard. Tried to get it over there for Tatum. That was Allison Dixon. So once again, Hagerman being able to serve Lady Bobcats on the service once again. Hit up for Aubrey, and just not the right angle. She kind of knew that too when she was going over there. She tried to hit it up, and it just could not get that hit above the net, and it goes into the net for another point for Lady Bobcats. 7-4 is what your score is right now. Oh, Aubrey hits the ground as that one is saved and gotten back over to the other side for Hagerman. As Hagerman is also going to go ahead and hit it hard. They did, but not hard enough. And back and forth we go. Tatum's got the ball now, and then got it to Hagerman's side. Was able to get to Chacon. Chacon was able to get it across, and down to the ground for another Hagerman score. 8-4 now. So Hagerman doing a bit of a rally right now. Need to. They want to get this game to game 5 or set 5, as it is 8-4 in this set. Set number 4. But that service does go off. Does happen occasionally, but Emily Maya is unable to get it across the net. So that'll be a point for Tatum, and the Lady Coyotes will be serving this time around. Looks like it's going to be Allison Dixon. No. Always with her with Ava Slover. Nice serve. And a nice putback. That was a nice block from Avery Hennard. Eight to 6 once again. Tatum only looking at a 2-point deficit as another delivery, another from Slaver. And Aubrey Young able to keep it in play. Gets it across, and it does fall. That looked like it was a nice hit from Bella Senior. In any case, it does keep it going, and 1 point away from tying this game, or at least this set, are the Lady Coyotes. And that is going to go through the hands of an unexpected Carello. She usually is very good about getting those, but missed it that time, and now it is at 8-all. Another service. 3 hit by the Lady Bobcats. And also Lady Coyotes just could not handle that one. Aubrey trying to set it back, but it's too low, and unfortunately hit by Ramirez, who knows she could have done better, but also knew that she didn't have much of a choice on that one from the angle it was going at. So once again, service is going to be set up for Lady Bobcats. This time around, it is going to be Madrona. Madrona hit that ball nicely and is able to get it across Tatum. Tatum back to Hagerman. Hagerman gets it in to the net, though, and unable to block it. That looked like it was the teamwork of Hennard and Dixon, just unable to get that from going back across over to Hagerman. Instead, will be counted as a Hagerman point, and they still have the service. 10-8 is the score. As we get the whistle, and we're going to get a service. That is going to be very low. And unfortunately for Madrano, loses the service for Hagerman. Tatum gets the ball. 10-9 now is the score. And a nice delivery from Tatum. Gets that set back to Hagerman. Hagerman gets it set up and hits it into the net. Service was by Hernard, so she'll be serving again as the game is now back to 10-all in set number 4. That cross set up and delivered very lightly. And a third hit is going to be set for Hagerman, getting it back across Tatum. Tatum also a third hit. And too hard, unfortunately. That looked like it went off the hand of Villa Senior. And that is going to mean that Hagerman is going to be serving once again. So 11-10 is the score. Hagerman up by 1. This time around, Chacon is going to be hitting that one across. Did so and got Tatum up. That was a bounce back that unfortunately didn't go the Tatum way for Dixon. So another point for Hagerman. Lady Bobcat serving with Chacon. Gets it high in the air. Puts it over to Young. Young gets it up to, looks like that is Dixon. Yeah. Dixon up again, and Young this time around, but instead of going up, she went down. Unfortunately, she knew she messed up the moment it went off of her hand. She was trying to aim up, but it probably would have been out of bounds anyway, but nevertheless, it hit the net. And another point for Hagerman. Hagerman going to be at 13-10 for this set. Straight to Avery Young. Back over, and Hagerman has a chance to hit it. did a very good job throwing her body on the floor. And that looked like it was a nice shot. Hagerman tried to block that one, but unfortunately was unable to get through the strength of that Tatum hit. Now Tatum has the chance to get back into this game, get some more points. And yes, it's going to be good old Allison Dixon, the junior, to serve. That's one of those that as soon as Chacon hit the ball and went back further, just could not get to it, was Medrano. And it goes out for a point for Tatum. Already just one down now, 13-12. But unfortunately, that one went off to the left. Will be out of bounds. Service once again for Hagerman. So 14-12 is the score right now in this set, fourth set. Young gets the ball, passes it up. Is able to get it to a fresh Quinn Hernandez. And Tatum plays through that one for the point, gets the service back. 14-13. Looks like that it's going to be Slover taking a seat. As Villa Senior does the serves. Gives it across back over to Hagerman. Hagerman up in the air, one more hit. And unfortunately just could not get it across the net. That was the birthday girl, Riley Martinez. And she's had her moments during this game. That was definitely not one of them. 14-all is the score right now, so it's tied up in the fourth. A nice service once again. Goes back, one of those again that is hit hard enough that when the opponent does try to get to it and hits it, Valley Senior is able to get it to push further back instead of forward. So it is another nice point for Tatum. And Lady Coyotes serve once again. Nicely hit to Chacon. Back over to the Tatum side though, as it is set up and delivered. This time back over to Hagerman. Hagerman gets back to Tatum. Tatum gets it set up and goes ahead and sets it over. Tries to get it back. Oh, and it goes back to Tatum as Tatum sets it up and gets a small drift over, like a little drop. That one's going to run out of room though, as it was Darby Tucker who tried to get it back over the line. Just hit the net instead. Nobody there to be able to react to it. And that is a point for Hagerman. Hagerman now back to the 15-15 tie. As that is set up by Hagerman. Hagerman gets it back over to Young. And unfortunately runs out of players over there. Just could not get it past. Looked like that was Darby Tucker. 16-15, still anybody's ball game so far. As that is another nice service, but it is too far. Let's see. That was Magdalenas who overhit the ball for Hagerman. And Tatum gets the serve this time around. It's going to be Isabel Ramirez. She is a freshman playing in this game. Nice service as it's hit though by the birthday girl. Looks like it's going to be out to Tatum, and it is. Hagerman gets the ball and the service once again. Birthday girl serving. Goes over to Tatum. Tatum tried to get it, tried to dig it out, and just could not. Whether it be from Ramirez or before that was Villa Senior. Unable to get that from crashing to the ground. But Riley Martinez only good for one serve. That time it hit the net. And we'll go back over to Tatum. Very close game, 17-16 or 17-18 is what I should say, with Young serving once again, trying to see if she can get some points on the board for Tatum. Goes back to the Tatum side, and unfortunately again, nobody able to do the second hit. There was about 3 players all around. One of them already had hit the ball. So miscommunication there cost them that service. And it goes to a 19-17 and a timeout. We'll take that timeout with him, come back in a moment as we continue Tatum Coyotes, Lady Coyotes that is, against the Bobcats, Lady Bobcats of Hagerman. Back to action here in Tatum as Lady Coyotes of Tatum are playing the Lady Bobcats of Hagerman. Hagerman right now in the lead, 19-17, but it's still close. Hagerman does have the serve right now with Emily Amoya up to serve. And Tatum has been able to answer quite a few of these. Young again with that one as it goes across, and that one does go into the neutral zone thanks to the hit by Avery Hernard, the junior for Tatum. Looks like it's going to be, once again, Slover in for the serve as we have a 1-point game. And it does get in. Hagerman, though, able to get it across back over to Tatum, and does go against the wall. That means it's out, and that will be a point for Hagerman. Hagerman close to getting this set at 20-18, and with the service, everything's going in their direction or their favor. Once again, this Hagerman team has beat Tatum the last 5 times, trying to make it number 6, and Tatum trying to get out of that slump. That is a net serve, net of nothing, that is, as Salazar is unable to get it above or beyond the net. So now Tatum once again able to serve and try to get back into this game. But there is a whistle, as there was a substitute happening, just did not get done yet. Medrano, who is an 8th grader, has come in, replacing, I believe that was Salazar. Service now is in play, as it is going to be, unfortunately, hit twice by the Tatum player, although it looked like it was back and forth, but either way, Tracy Pierce is asking about that one. It was quick. It was like a bing, bing, bing. But nevertheless, it is the score goes to Lady Bobcats. But that is hit into the net. So all for naught as it goes back over to Tatum. And this time around, it's going to be Dixon to serve, as Lady Bobcats are able to get it back over to Tatum. Tatum getting it set and deliver back to Hagerman. They're trying to throw the teams off each other with those little dribbles, but it's not working. So hit it hard that time. Tatum got it. One more hit and gets it back over to the Hagerman side. Chacon's able to set it up, and it looks like that is going to be set back to Tatum. One more hit, and nope. It's going to go back over to Hagerman. Just out of place, wrong place, wrong time for Tatum. So now that is a 22-20 with service going back to Hagerman. This time around, it's going to be Tatum getting the ball. It could have been out of bounds, but either way, it was hit by Hagerman. And still in play, one more hit, and nope, didn't need it. Oh, just caught off balance, and that was Villasenor, who could not get underneath the ball. Now it's going to be close. It's 20-23. Hagerman threatening to take this set. With service in hand, it could happen. Once again, This game started early, and we've already got a 2-1 lead for Tatum, but the Bobcats, Lady Bobcats, are threatening to come back to tie it up and force a game 5. Of course, the best of 3 wins, and both these teams have actually not done very well as far as set-wise. Hagerman has won 22 games, 22 sets, and lost 24. While Tatum has won 26 now, and lost 23. So here we are with service once again. This is from Talamantes. And whistle blows the ball dead. I guess everybody wasn't set. So we're going to do that again. 23-20. Hagerman needs 2 more points to be able to get this set. And here we go with the service. Goes back on the air, and nice one too. It went from basically Hernard to Villasenior to set it up and be able to get that winning point, or a point to win. 23-21, back to service, and that is Villasenior to serve. And unfortunately, that is just a bit over and out. Nobody hit it. Nobody from the Hagerman side hit it. So back over to Hagerman. 1 more point will do it. And Tatum is going to try to stop that. Has the 3rd hit. And that is a nice one, a kill shot. Looked like that was from Sydney Rice, the junior, who has been playing since she has been in 8th grade. So she is well versed in the game. 22-24 though, not out of the woods yet. 1 more point from Hagerman. They win the game, or the set. And Tatum needs to win a couple to get back into it. At least force the tiebreaker. Once again, nicely set up and dribbled over. Kill shot tried, and looks like it may have worked. No. Out of bounds. So that'll be a point for Tatum. Looked like for a second that Hagerman was going to be able to get that point, but instead it is called out on Hagerman. So timeout taken by Hagerman. 24-23 though, up by only just 1. They can still win this if they get 1 more point. But Tatum is threatening, and they do have the service, so it is going to be difficult for, or a little more difficult for Hagerman to get this set victory. Both coaches, though, trying their best to get a victory for their team. Monica Morales on one side, as it is going to be Isabel Ramirez, the freshman. And that one did sneak in. Hagerman thought it was out of bounds, but instead it sneaks in. 24-all is the score. So now winning team's going to need 2 points. So Hagerman can't win on this serve. And a low and a dribbler hit over the net, dribbled down, went in, and last to hit it was Emily Amoya for Hagerman. Just wasn't able to get it back up and play. And now we have possibly a game, set, and match right here. As that is delivered, Hagerman going to set it up with Chacon, and that is it. The game is over. Game, set, and match. And it will be 26-24 for the final set. Once again, Tatum was unable to get the first victory, the first set, but was able to get the second 3, just like Tuesday against Jow. And they improved their record to 2-0 in district, and that means that Hagerman's going to go to 1-1. They're also 4-5 on the road as well, and that also puts Tatum at 4-3 at home. We're just back in just a moment to wrap it up, let you know what's going on next, right here on Tatum Coyote Sports. All right, looked like it was going to be Hagerman coming back and trying to get another set, but instead Tatum closes it down and is able to win that one 26-24 for the final. And their next game for each side will be a tough one for Hagerman. They're going to be facing the number 2 team, Texaco, who has only lost 2 games, or 2 sets actually. No, 2 games, that's right. 11-2 is what they're facing up against. At least last time they were ranked, it was number 3. Hagerman at 14, Tatum at number 10. This will improve Tatum's record as well as hurt Hagerman, put them down a little bit further in the rankings. But we had a lot of great players. In fact, Ava Young was one of those that had Abra Young, who had a couple of nice services as well as some nice shots underneath. Good talk about all of those players. Saw from Isabel Ramirez, Lou Ann Villa Sr., as well as Darby Tucker. Drain Young also played a little bit, not as much. Sydney Young, though, did some really good shots, as well as Avery Hernard, who helped the cause. And once again, this Tatum team has managed to lose the first set, win the next 3, and move on to get a 2-0 record in district. Coming up for the Tatum Lady Coyotes is going to be Loving, who is having an awful season so far, 1-12, 0-1 as of this morning anyway for district. And then after that will be Eunice next week starting on the 17th. I believe that is Tuesday. So we'll have all that coverage right here as we continue on. Don't forget, we've got more sports going on tomorrow all over the internet. Just catch it. You can catch it by looking at Facebook, as well as going to HobbsAmerica.com. You can catch Hobbs, Tatum, Eunice, Jow, and Levington. They're all going to be playing tomorrow, I believe. Just check those and check the Facebook pages to see when they're playing. Thank you very much once again for watching Tatum Sports. This is Ron Gunner for Ava, and I will be signing off. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be playing again real soon.